Christian woman, so I kept my faith in God the entire time. The scripture that I stand on is Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not on your own understanding, but he'll set your path straight. And so I just, kept my faith, my heart into Jesus, and I knew that he will sustain me. Yeah, I physically did the job and the side hustles, but he was the one that gave me the strength. He was the one that gave me the faith. He was the one that was like, hey, everything will be taken care of. Just keep, I did the work, but he was there with me alongside. So I didn't quit any of my ministries. I do live a busy life, as many moms do and many people do. So from my job as a mom, my job in the workforce, to serving in ministry at my church, singing in the choir. So I'm at church 3 days out of the week. I didn't drop none of that. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do all of this, but I'm also gonna work this side hustle so I can pay off this debt. I'm going to still tithe to my church. Now, there was a time frame where I was so focused on my debt that I took my tithe away from church. I was like, I can really use this money towards my debt. I knew it was wrong. I didn't feel right in my spirit. And I did it for a couple of months. And then as we went into a new year, I was like, I'm not going to do this again. I'm focusing. So at the top of my budget is my tithe, my mortgage, the rest of my bills. Every single paycheck is how my budget is ran. Tithe is first and it goes through. So it's been years now that I've been faithfully tithing, and I know I've been blessed from him by, continuing to stay involved in ministry, still keeping my children there, still working really hard at my jobs and doing what I need to do. And I'm thankful for that.
That's great. Because oftentimes, when I, listen to people, share their story, one part of their life is like, suffering. And one thing I like about you is that you kept balance throughout your whole life, whether it was church, whether it was family, which is great. So being that said, how do you recommend or advise people who wants to get rid of a large sum of debt? Like, how would you advise them?
I would advise them to look at the whole picture, right? And don't be nervous of your numbers. So you need to figure out how much debt you are in. You need to identify those numbers. If you don't know what they are, you need to go find every single dollar amount that you owe. Make a plan, whether you choose to do debt snowball, smallest debt to largest debt, or debt avalanche, where you're focusing on the debt with the highest interest. Whatever plan that you want to do, work that plan and don't quit. Start. And if it's a mix of those two plans, or it's, I really want to focus on the debt that has me the angriest, or the smallest debt, whatever that the plan is, choose your plan and work that plan. It can be done. It's all about your mindset. You can't think that I'm always going to have this debt. I'm always going to have a car payment. I'm always going to have student loans. I'm always going to have credit card debt. No, you can pay it off, but you have to just change your mindset. And get a plan together. Now, if your job doesn't allow for you to pay off a lot of debt at once, which is totally fine. You don't have to be making $2,500 towards debt payments a month. It's just you need to be working towards paying off that debt. If you get angry like I did, like I needed additional income, I wanted additional income to pay off debt. So I got side hustles, right? So find that side hustle that you can do that works for you personally, that works for your family. If you're married and have children, whatever it may be, there's so many different options that you can utilize to pay off debt. It's just deciding what you want to do, how you want to attack it, and go for it. And don't give up. And even if you are tired, again, 59 months was a long time and we got tired. Rest, take your break. Don't quit. So when I was tired of waiting tables after 11 months, I was like, okay, I'm cool. I'm gonna quit. Hey, we paid off a lot of debt during this time frame, but I'm gonna quit now and just focus on the kids, the family, our full-time careers. And we're fine. We did that for 3 years. And then 2020 came, 2019. I was like, okay, let's go side hustle again. And, we were at the finish line. We just needed to cross the finish line. So we went back out there. But if I didn't want to work DoorDash or Favor a weekend, like, oh, I'm so tired, I was able just to go online and release my shift and just relax if I wanted to relax and not be on the go.
That's great. That's great advice. That's definitely great advice. So how do you go about budgeting?
For us, my husband and I, we prefer the zero-based budgeting method. I like assigning every item that I need to take care of within my budget, my month, my pay period, a dollar amount. So literally we assign everything from our monthly bills to our gas, to our food, to our eating out, to my eyebrow appointment, my hair appointment, my pedicure appointment, whatever I have going on. that I know what's going to take place over the next 15 days. It's assigned on my budget with a dollar amount. And we make sure that, hey, this is the income that's coming in. We assign everything a dollar amount. And at the very bottom, it should say zero. That means we spent every single dollar within our budget. Now, does things come up? Of course. Is every budget perfect? No. But for the most part, that's how we do our budget. And we try to stick to that budget over that pay period.
That's great. That's great. I want to quickly talk about how important was mindset, through this process. You mentioned you was tired during this time. You did take a break. How important is having a strong mindset and a mindset that you could get rid of this step?
I believe it starts with your mindset. I've said it a few times already. Is if you think negatively about the situation, you're not going to want to do it, or you're not going to do it. If you're always thinking again that you're always going to have debt, I mean, even to the point now, it was like, I'm always going to have a mortgage note. I thought I would always have a mortgage note, but seeing other people pay off their mortgages in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, even those I paid it off in 30 years, like they literally paid off a mortgage, like it can be done. Yes, my mortgage is like, wow, that's a lot of money. Like, can I pay that off? But hey, I've already paid off $167,000 worth of debt. So yes, I can pay off a mortgage note over the next 10 to 12, 15 years, whatever we choose to do. But your mindset is where you start. Like, you have to have a positive mindset to get through this journey, whether you have $5,000 in debt, $10,000 in debt, or over 6 figures in debt. Like, you have to have a positive mindset. If you have that, you will definitely be successful paying off debt, investing, whatever it may be, by keeping a positive mindset.
That makes sense. While you guys were knocking off debt, was there any point? Actually, no. Let me rephrase that. When you guys was knocking out debt, were you guys also investing, or your main focus was just knocking out these debt?
We were investing just through our retirement. So our workplace retirement, we contributed there. There was at one point we did. There was a year where we didn't contribute to our retirements, but again, compromise. My husband really didn't like that. So as we went into the next year of our journey, he was like, hey, we both really need to contribute to our retirement. So we did. So I can't remember how much she contributed at the time, but when I came back on, I started contributing at like 3%. And by this time we were like on the second half of our debt-free journey. So I did 3%. Once we paid off our debt, I cranked it back up. I think I'm at like 8, but thankfully with my job, no matter what, if I chose to contribute to my 403B or not, my job actually put in 3% as well. So no matter what, I was already getting at least 3% when I wasn't giving during that 1 year. And plus they match up to 6%. So now, I'm getting literally 9% off my job just by contributing my 6%, which is great. Very thankful for that.